What's up, everybody? This is Ripples and Wales back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and having a great day wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing. Well, it's been a little while. I've been super busy with work, but I'm going to jump on today and do you a little video. There's a lot going on in this space. There's a couple of little bits of dot connecting that I'm going to bring in at the far end of the video, but yeah, a couple of things I found with the LBRY case, which is really interesting. I posted this many moons ago that I felt the LBRY case and the Bearable Guy pictures had a great deal to do with Bearable Guy Christmas scene, and I'm starting to see more parallels pop up in my frame to do with that. But the market's quiet at the minute. It's really interesting, isn't it? September has been super quiet. Look at the candle for, of course, the monthly candle closed here for August, and this is September. We're going to see maybe quite quiet month September. Traders do return to the desks back from the Hamptons and other areas. This is Bitcoin over USD, and this is XRP over USD on logarithmic, both on logarithmic in fact. So it's quiet at the minute, really quiet, too quiet almost. This is my Twitter channel. Come and say hi at Ripples and Wales. And thanks first of all also to you all, the 1,000 subscribers or community members that we've had through the door. Amazing, super glad to have you all here. I hope I can bequeath and give some level of wisdom that I've accumulated along my little journey in the crypto space to you all. It's not always going to be about decodes or whatever you want to call them, dot connects and things like that. I will start doing more news related stuff in the future, but while we're in this really interesting time at the minute, there's a lot of dots to put together and try and figure out where we are on the journey. I've got a very strong inclination on that, but as we know, you never know, do you? You just have to go with the flow. But some really big developments going on at the minute. RippleX is hosting, just finished hosting the Apex Dev Summit. They have been on a media frenzy here. You can follow them at RippleX Dev, who I keep a very close eye on here. They are pushing the public side of the XRPL chain like crazy now. And the public side of the XRPL chain is Web3, okay? And, that will compete with the public side of the layer one with Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, DOT, and all the rest of those. And they're going to start ramping this up now. You can see I've been watching very closely. I haven't watched all the talks. There is a YouTube channel you can also see on Apex Dev Summit. I think it's on Ripple's own channel, or the XRPL Foundation. It might be on that. I'm going to do a video on that for you to bring all the links together so you can find it all under one roof shortly. I think I might have recorded that already. Anyhow, you've got a lot of tweets out with various links to videos that were recorded in the Apex Dev Summit. And the Apex Dev Summit, if you don't know, is like a Ripple's kind of developer showcase meeting that happened in Amsterdam. I think it's an annual event, and all the real techies come together and talk about what they're building, and you get a real interesting inside information as to the direction that things are moving. There was a great open talk by I think it was David Schwartz. There's a couple of good clips. I haven't even watched this. Let's watch a couple of little clips together.
The SEC lawsuit. What do you believe this outcome means for developers, both those building on the XRPL and in the wider blockchain community?
So it's not over yet, but I mean, this is a huge inflection point. It feels like there's kind of a bit of a change in the tide. Obviously, this ruling is enormous. XRP, the token itself, is not a security, and that's not something that's being appealed or being disputed. That's as close to an established fact as you're going to get.
Interesting, hey? And the other thing I saw was David Schwartz's opening, I guess it would be called a keynote. If I can find it, 7th of September, just try and scroll through. It's really worth a look through their Twitter handle. They are all over it at the minute. 7th of September, it must have been after that, 6th of September. Maybe it was before. Oh man, I thought it was here. His opening live keynote speech. No, it's not that, is it? That's their flagship video. Oh, there we go. So if I listen to that, it's 40 seconds long.
At the time, most people thought that proof of work was sort of the secret sauce that made Bitcoin. The idea at the time was that anybody could mine and that would be a great decentralizing force. And I think we know now that mining has become very consolidated. The decentralizing force is all of you. The decentralizing force is the community. The decentralizing force is that the ledger is public, is that it's open source, that all the transactions are public, that everybody knows what every transaction does.
love the genius of his mind, man. It blows me away. There's some more comments here. Let's watch this together as well.
After a nearly 3-year battle with the SEC and the worst Christmas ever.
Just think about that for a minute, what he said. A 3-year battle, 1, 2, 3, threes, and the worst Christmas ever. Where have we seen the talk of the Christmas scene? The worst Christmas ever? Man, he drops bombs.
Federal court in the United States has ruled that as a matter of law, XRP in and of itself is not a security. Yeah, that one. You can applaud all you want for that one. Other than Bitcoin, XRP is now the only digital asset with regulatory clarity in the United States. Yeah, I'd applaud for that one too.
Huge though, right? People haven't really wrapped their head around this. As someone said before, the herd takes a while to get out of the gate. It's like you open the gates for the sheep or whatever. They all sit there looking around who's going to come out first. The herd is the institutional money, and the barn doors are open, but no, everyone's just looking around each other like, is it safe to buy it? That kind of vibe. And I can't believe, heaven on earth, that you're able to buy XRP still at 40 in the UK, or 50 cents, 40 pence in the UK. I was just chatting to my girlfriend this morning saying, please, just buy a couple of grand's worth extra and sit on it and, sell it at $4. It pays for your, your new car or whatever. Anyway, that's not financial advice. I wasn't giving her financial advice. I was just saying it's an easy trade, all-time high, Anyhow, do what you all will. I never give financial advice in this channel, but I'll be doing it. Anywho, doesn't mean I'm selling all at $4, by the way. But it'll be an easy trade, right? So, what popped up in my peripheral vision the other day was this LBRY. Now, I've made connections before between the LBRY, LBRY, and they've obviously been through a lawsuit. I don't know if you know with the SEC, this is kind of old news now. But LBRY came out and they obviously had a big issue with the SEC. They lost a lawsuit. The SEC sued them. It was to do with their token, LBRY. They were kind of decentralizing, I believe, the knowledge space, book space, a bit like Napster maybe did for music. I don't know too much about their project, but I know that they're very influential. Anyway, remember LBRY, we talked before regarding the LBRY case. Nothing is left to chance by the bear. Everything is kind of preset in the hands of time and given to you in the cryptographic clues. And our job is just to join the dots together and figure out what their messages try to relate. I've dropped many tweets in the past, over the past 2 years, about this LBRY case. This is the case of the LBRY. Okay, and there's a LBRY in the background, and you've got a hammer against the LBRY. And you've got regulations that sit on top of the LBRY case. Now, the LBRY company lost its case to the SEC, and now it's filed a notice against the SEC for appeal. And they're quite funny, like they've just put this meme here, shit, here we go again. I think it's from kind of a computer game, a Grand Theft Auto or something crazy like that. And they are, I firmly believe there's something to do with this Christmas scene. I've said it before, I've said it again, the bear was referring to this. I guess they were a company that were about to upend the book company, or the book sector, and they were a firm target, just like Kick, where back in 2017-18 they were sued by the SEC. Anyhow, you can draw your own conclusions from that, but I dropped a few tweets today on it. I said the bear sits in front of the LBRY case, the gavel sits on the LBRY case. LBRY files notice of appeal against the SEC. Watch closely. Okay, you'll see the LBRY case is behind the bear. Yep, he was pointing to the LBRY case. It's genius, I put. LBRY just filed an appeal on the back of the Ripple XRP ruling. Remember, that Ripple's ruling that it had for secondary sales in the XRP market has ramifications for other tokens now to kind of focus appeal. Now, LBRY would not put an appeal if they weren't confident on this. And so the change in the ruling for XRP on the secondary markets as a non-security has ramifications for other tokens. And I think I'm no legal. This is not my sector, not legalese or anything like that. But I feel there's going to be a slew of appeals against the SEC, which could in turn start the flywheel of capitulation towards a settlement in the future. Yeah, that's a real big one that I spotted today. Anyway, we've covered Apex Dev. Now, the Xpunk are holding a big gathering today, or the next few days, I believe. Tonight is the night, that's 18 minutes, there we go. So they're in Amsterdam having a massive party for all the holders of Xpunks. on the back of the Apex Dev Summit, so I guess everyone will be hitting that party after the Apex, which would be super cool to go to. They've got a project called Xpunks, which is an NFT project in XRPL. Amazing guys. They've been developing like hell, working super hard. They've brought out their own metaverse, their land sales recently, and their own computer game in Web3, which is an astonishing accomplishment for the sake of 2 years. So they put a couple of videos out. If I can pull this up. So this is them. You don't want to miss this. So they've hired a big old warehouse out, and they're going to be having some parties. They've got the computer game called Eden out, which is super cool. So smart. Anyhow, they've got a party on tonight. I guess the people from the Apex Dev Summit will be going over there, which would be super cool to see. The G20 at the minute are hosting a summit in India. And it's the Leaders Summit. India are the presidency seat currently in G20, and they're going to be focusing on crypto regulations with the IMF, and I think they're going to be drafting some sort of framework. So, I'd be very interested to keep my eyes very much on this account here, which is the G20india.org, because this seems an official one to me. But you've got a few conversations going on at the top at the minute. Remember, G20 and G7 in the Western world are some of the top brass, and are connected very, very directly to the IMF, the World Bank, ECB, and all the other giants. So they are also connected to Ripple. It's worth keeping our eyes on that side of things. We noticed also, if I would just look at Ripple's page for you all, they are hosting a massive party again at the end of September. If you all haven't heard of it before, I see Brad posted this. Here we go. So this is the proper party, 29th of the 9th, 929. They are hosting it in New York as a part of a celebratory gathering of the XRP Army community to celebrate the win of the lawsuit case. Now, this is a very bold move. I love this. This tells you that Ripple don't give a about the SEC anymore. They're onwards, and they are ramping stuff up. So the time of the SEC is very limited left, in this window. It doesn't really matter what they do now. Ripple are so bold. They're hosting a community party that's free to attend. Don't think I'm going to be able to make it. Got a few friends who are keen to go, but it might be just a bit of a push this September for me. I would love to fly over to NYC to meet some of you all and have a bit of a gathering, but it might have to wait. But anyway, this is the proper party that's hosted. You can register for it if you're in the US. I'm not. I'm in Wales, but you can register by clicking a link here. It does has the venue has limited space, and it's first come, first serve. But it's worth a look. Anyhow, there also was an acquisition today. Just where is this now? Hold on 1 second. There was an acquisition. There we go. Ripple today are announcing the intent on acquiring Fortress. Well, it's an intent to acquire Fortress Trust. Part of the Fortress.io suite of companies, Fortress Trust financial and regulatory infrastructure complements and expands Ripple's comprehensive portfolio of blockchain solutions for finance. I think DAI commented that this was a very interesting move before an IPO to have companies like this in your portfolio. Would strike a chord with investors who might be interested in IPOing, interested in getting involved with your IPO. So there's a lot going on. You've got the Ripple Party in September. You've got Apex Dev Summit going on. Xpunks Party, which isn't anything to do with Ripple or anything, but there's a lot going on. LBRY Case appealing. Yeah, and what else did I post on my main timeline? A lot about the G20 things coming up. I've been keeping my very close eye on that. There's a lot of talk about Bitcoin and its ETFs currently right now. I'll also be very interested to hear what goes on with that. Remember, if we see this image here, we've got a hammer, a gavel over the case above Bitcoin, so you might see something positive move from that. You don't know. Also, we have this this calendar to look at. Whether it has any meaning or not, we don't know. We're just having to try and join some dots. But September is golden in it, so there's some kind of happy note that's changing here. Maybe a bit of a red October, we don't know. and then November you've got, you know, a bit of a pirate symbol on there. This is the original BG, or the finished version of the BG calendar. Anyhow, a few dots there joined together. Hope that's useful for you all. Please could you like and subscribe to the channel on this video, and like I say, pop into my Twitter if you want to come and say hi. I try and reply to all the comments on this, so yeah, if it's tell me what you think about it. What are your thoughts on the old LBRY case? Do you think it holds water? Do you think there's something there? What do you think about the old Christmas scene, and also the level playing field calendar? You know, stuff going on. Can't always see it all in clear fashion, but there's stuff moving. Anyhow, we'll leave it there. Look forward to see you all in the next video. Until then, be blessed.